Well,
loosen up, man. You're open for questions.
yeah.
I kind of walk around the place of the campus just going, I got the power.
Yeah, no, it helps that we've got a really good team. If we had a team that didn't work, didn't do tasks quicker than I put them out, like I'd say, I want this done by Friday, and it's done by the end of the day.
Yeah, I think we've worked together, 2 years now as a cohort anyway, so we've been really lucky in teamwork, and everyone seems to know each other's weaknesses and strengths, and we all just work together really well, and everyone is dedicated. His second year's really just kicked everyone in the butt.
I think going in as lead, my biggest fear was that we wouldn't go, like we wouldn't sail. Yeah, as a I'll put it metaphorically, as a ship, we wouldn't sail. As our team, Facebook, but then again, we're always in. You walk into the motion capture lab and guaranteed to see 2 or 3 of the team. We've had team meetings every Tuesday, so that with other teams, I set a representative to every team. So, for instance, Simon's with team 10. He'll be constantly emailing them back and forth, and then he'll email me, and then I'm like, okay, that's good. For me and the other teams, it's been emailing, sitting down with them in meetings, emailing and face-to-face for other groups, Facebook, face-to-face.
So, are you wanting me to look at the camera? I'd probably feel more comfortable talking to you.
Yeah, talk to
Max. So go in front of Craig.
First thing in the morning, we'll come in, Gary will calibrate the system, check it's picking everything up as it should be. After it's been calibrated, I get to suit up. Not obviously not with this hat. After I'm all suited up, we wait for the first team to come. Once the first team comes, it's a case of figuring out what it is they need. We capture their things with their assistants telling us what to do, as well as our own experience being animators of what we think will work, what won't work, that kind of thing. And then after that it'll go off and we'll all get parts to clean, and we'll clean it, make sure there's no missing data, that kind of thing. And from there it goes on to Motion Builder, 3ds Max, and eventually into Engine. If we don't have something which we could use, it's a case of making do. For example, for one team, I think Team 5, we did a wade. Now obviously I can't motion capture myself going through the water, and we actually had somebody sat on a wheelie chair with a strap on me, just giving me some resistance, and it adds to that motion and makes it more believable. It's the same with other things. Obviously we can't run around with massive halbergs and real swords and such, so it's just a case of something to hold and take its place. So yeah.
Finger animation was back and forth. So originally we were going to animate them, keyframe them all, thingy, and then a few lecturers spoke to me, helped me come into the decision of no, just go finger paddles. It was because at the early stages, everyone underestimated how much work we would have to do. So we thought, it will be fine, we'll be able to do it. And then when it got to the point where we did the catalogue shoot that I directed and Craig acted in, we shot about 190 animations there. And then it dawned on me, I was like, if we have to animate 10 fingers on every single one of them, we can't, there's no way. And then I spoke to Tim, I spoke to Darren, I spoke to Deepak, Matt, all of them, and they were like, crap hands.
Well, to begin with, the communication with the character team was pretty solid. We had to discuss the dimensions and the proportions of the Unreal Engine 4 mannequin, which is what we'd be skinning to initially. So we received the concept art, so we got a good idea of what would need to be socketed, which will be the static objects that the character team will be putting onto the mesh. And then after we've figured out which will be socketed and which will be skinned and skin wrapped, we then went and took the base mesh that Ryan completed earlier on in the project and we got the new mesh and we placed it over the top, but we made sure that the character team modelled this to the correct proportions, and everything had to be to scale so that it would skim wrap and transfer the data accordingly. So after we'd done that and skim wrapped everything, we tested it in Unreal Engine 4, made sure it worked with the skeleton and imported it correctly. And yeah, altogether the communication has been back and forth solid. We've had a few alterations made and it's worked out really well.
Miscommunication.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that your sentence?
There was some times where miscommunication was an issue. We had some stuff where people thought we had to do one thing and then we didn't do it.
I'd say the worst part was sacrificing the entirety of my Easter holiday to make sure I was caught up on JourneyMan work.
Worst part for me was probably not getting the chance to do more keyframe stuff.
I think for me the best part of JourneyMan was actually acting in it, because it let me see both sides of it, from actually editing the animations and then taking that knowledge back to like when I reshoot other stuff.
My favourite part was probably working with an awesome team on the motion capture. It was a lot of fun. There'd be no other team I wouldn't work with.
My favourite part of JourneyMan was probably working with motion capture, because I wasn't too strong on it before now, and it's improved my skills quite a bit.
My favourite part of JourneyMan was having the opportunity to present, as it boosted my public speaking confidence, which was a big key skill set that I needed when I go into industry.
For me, it's just getting a chance to just meet like some of the best people I've ever had a chance to meet. Us being a small group has really allowed me to get to know these people, and they're really the best I can ever ask for. But other than that, like working on the design scenes has actually been a lot of fun. as well as this whole project, it's been too good.